Hey, AfterBuzzers, welcome to Angie Tribeca, Season 2, Episode 10, the season finale, Electoral Dysfunction. We're going to find out why it's always important to keep track of who's assuming whose identity when you're cooking up. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm crying instead of yelling. It's the last one.
No, I feel like I'm yelling with how crazy that last episode was and all the reveal and everything that went down.
Yeah, I had to write it down. It was like a freaking map.
Yeah, the notes on here are crazy.
A lot of stuff to break down here on the Angie Tribeca After Show. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. How's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for joining us here for the season finale.
It's already done.
Season 2 of Angie Tribeca. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
I am Michael Clouse. You can follow me on Instagram at TheOnlyMC, on Twitter at MichaelClouseTV. I am joined by someone else to my left.
Nikki Preston. No Nadine tonight. Sorry, we wish her well.
Nadine is stuck at work, busy creating something fantastic that, who knows, you may be seeing on TV or internet someday soon.
Exactly.
Very soon.
Yes. Speaking of revealing, it's the season finale. We all touted that Michael Clouse was going to lose the shirt. So, all right, go ahead, Michael.
That,
It's your time.
no, that.
We got the drum roll queued up. Thank you, James.
James, don't you dare keep that drum roll going.
You don't even have any buttons unbuttoned. It's really like...
It's nothing.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
Here we go. We'll even button this top one up another one.
Oh,
We'll get rid of all
man.
We'll get rid of all the distractions. Hey, I got a couple of these buttons undone. Roll the
That
sleeves
doesn't
up.
count.
Brother.
Doesn't count.
As always, we've got James in the booth. So, chiming in. Yeah, thank you, James, for making your opinion known. We feel the same way.
I just use the most buttons on the soundboard that I have in a long time.
Hey, that's great. Putting you to work.
I think that earned at least one button.
Yeah, come
You
on.
did.
Come
That
on.
was a lot of work.
It's the finale, Michael.
Frank purposely doesn't wear any
It's
buttons.
so weird.
Yes!
Yes!
So
Yes!
weird. There we go.
Yes. Oh, that's it? Oh.
There you go. Look at that.
Boom. Just like that.
We just got 4 more viewers.
Woo!
All it
Yes.
takes.
Speaking of that, like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Give Michael's slowly revealing chest double 5 stars.
Hey,
if
you
that's possible.
follow me on Instagram, you can see a lot more.
Oh, that's true.
You
Not
do.
a whole lot more. That made it sound like I'm a sleaze on Instagram.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
You
a
know.
little bit. I follow you on Instagram, and you can see.
Got to build the brand,
I won't
folks.
tell you what you can see
Gotta
because you
build
gotta
the
go.
brand.
You gotta
Banana
go see
hammock.
'em.
Nah, anyway. Also, follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, comment on the chat room in the show as we continue to break down the season finale.
But let's talk about this season
Yes.
finale, because it was a wild one.
And we just start off as it's all been building up to the Mayor Pepper's re-election, possibly.
Yeah. Yep.
So going on, we start a little opening montage. Everybody getting ready. It's election day, guys.
It was cute. I liked the opening. Something
Yeah.
original, something different.
I thought it very much set up in terms of like where each person is. They're like, you see each person's daily routine in the morning. They know it's going to be a big day, kind of recreation of that movie scene where it's like, all right, we're waking up. We know what's going to happen today. And even Hoffman getting in the shower,
Yeah.
the lieutenant waking up.
Giles breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, Angie Tribeca.
I thought that was fantastic. Then we had the Great Morning Show with Stink Bomb and the Monkey Man. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Great Morning Show teams there. Did you guys? What were your morning show teams in your where you grew up?
Oh,
Oh
man.
wow, I can't remember anymore.
It was 95.5 WIFC, and I don't remember. What I do remember is that the main radio guy, like you have this image in your head of the radio people, right? Before you ever see them, you're like, oh, this has to be what this person sounds like. Oh, he's got to be cool. He works for the coolest radio station. Blah blah blah. I saw him one time. It was a short, bald guy, bigger guy, and I was like, oh man.
It's happening, but
This is
radio's
like-
changing more and more. People are
Yeah.
getting better looking in radio.
He wasn't a Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, I guess there's
Few people are.
Yeah. It is disillusioning to hear somebody you think sounds so cool just on radio, to see them in person and go, oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
I do radio, and I think I look cool and sound cool, not to sound cocky, but
Well, but I think
Yeah,
there's
she
a
does.
difference because you are cool and you look cool.
You do. You do. And I already complimented her. Fantastic outfit.
She looks great. She
Great
looks
outfit.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great outfit. Overall, I here's the thing. I'll be honest. When I was watching the first 10 minutes of this episode, hated it. I was
Really?
like, this is lame. I didn't think some of the jokes were landing. It was like, oh, obviously Tribeca's in prison with her aunt, and this just seems like it's going. Even when then Tribeca gets out, and it's like, oh, clearly they know she's helping. It just seemed like it was very orderly. And then the second half, thankfully, changed my mind.
For all the suspense of last week, like, is she going to do it? Is she caught? Is she being framed? What's going on? What are her real motives? It just this part was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
It just for all the tension that tried to create, this was just so undercut so quickly. Like, oh yeah, she's already in prison. She's already making a plan. Giles then comes up and says, like, hey, guess what? You're free because Eddie's fingerprints were on the gun, which, like, why did it even get this far?
They got the pull-down curtain.
Yes.
Oh, except JTT was... you remember back in the day, everyone had a crush on him from Home Improvement, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes.
I love that poster. It was so funny.
Wait, what was the was there a poster? Did I
There
miss something?
was in prison when they roll up the thing. There's a picture of JTT.
Yeah.
It was like the heartthrob back in the day.
He was, man.
Always a necessary part of any prison breakout plan.
Is it the classic one with like the baggy pants and like the big oversized sweater?
No. What, did you have that one?
James,
No,
is
I
this the
know
one
all
that you
about
had
it.
on your wall?
I'm a big fan of Man of the House.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. Farrah Fawcett was in it. It was good. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
What I did like though is that when she does get when Giles sits there to release her, she just crawls running underneath the room,
Yeah.
and then I like the
Yeah,
prisoner,
that
like,
easy.
oh, hey,
Prisoner's
wait,
like, what is this opening?
Yeah, I did that little bit. I thought that was funny.
But I do agree with you, Frank, though. There was so much, like, I loved last week's episode. So exciting. And then for this episode, just to kind of drop the way it did. And
Yeah.
I don't know. At
Yeah.
least we figured out the crime all in by the end, but
Yeah. No, the first. Do you like the second half? I mean, the second half didn't pick it up for you.
a little bit.
Ramp it up.
I was disappointed. I really was.
It's all right.
Yeah, there were things I felt that they kind of dropped the ball in terms of where Angie's motivation was, like where her true allegiances lied.
Yeah, I was questioning through. I wrote that. I was questioning throughout about who is who and who's on what side and who's doing what and planning what. And even when we had where Tribeca and Giles were in the hotel room and the funny scene where they're waiting for the room, I was thinking that she was gonna lock him in a room because it was like, I don't know if she's playing good.
Yeah.
But she could easily just switch to be bad.
And I feel like Pepper just dropped away after he being such a prominent part of that one episode where he kind of really demonstrated being the
didn't see him.
mastermind. He just kind of went away. And we're like, okay.
He was busy. He couldn't shoot anymore. I think he was done.
But I felt like their relationship and like that possibility, like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he trying to do this for the right reason? Or is he just nefarious? And that impact on Angie was really just kind of played off for like a little quick joke at the very end. We never really saw anything else. I thought that was kind of a weak point for this
Development
episode.
of the relationship or anything, yeah.
But we do, as Michael says, Angie does get out, and the lieutenant says, of course, hey, we got to make sure we keep the mayor alive. He's in a safe house. We're not going to tell you where. And Angie, of course, is trying to trick him to get in to say where it is. And then Angie leaves, and the lieutenant says, hey, we just got to keep an eye on her. Giles, you got to keep an eye because you don't know. We don't know if we can trust her.
Yeah.
And I did like this. Are you asking me to choose between the woman I love and the man who hasn't done much for this city?
He even
was
throughout
great.
the episode does not seem majorly in love with the mayor. Because then when they start to walk away at the end going into the convention, he's
Right.
like, let's be honest, has he really done a lot? They're all the same.
Yeah.
Who cares? He's starting to get swayed to join Mayhem Global.
Yeah. But I do like the lieutenant talks to him just like a parent. Hey, I'm talking to you. How would you feel if he said those things about you too?
I know.
And I did like that when Giles goes and follows Angie, he does get hops out of the trunk, gets a little valet ticket.
Yeah.
Trunk. I thought the little bits of that following the tailing
Yeah.
montage was kind of good.
Yeah.
But then it's just like we see them finally. Michael's excited. Finally the moment we've all been waiting for. They make out.
I know, the hotel scene.
Well, yeah,
No one
that
won,
was.
though. No
and
one
again,
won.
that was like, did either of you think that was maybe her trying to take him away or something like that? Or did you think that was real? Or
No, I
you...
didn't. I thought it was real, and I was getting really excited for them. I was like, wow, this is really intense. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe guys have kind of been in that moment a little bit where we're like, just let us where where we need to go. We need to find a place to hook up. And the guy would not give him the key. It wasn't working. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. But I agree with you, Michael. Like that, when they started going down there in the ballroom, I didn't see exactly where she was coming from, so I just assumed that she was using that as a distraction.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it as a
Get him
genuine
away,
at that moment.
I mean, come on, handcuffs. You're a police officer. I'm thinking handcuffed to the bed.
Yeah.
But
Both ways.
Both ways.
I do agree. When they're sitting there at the front desk with Ed Begley Jr. trying to get this room as super fast as possible, and he is just.
This is the old way.
Do you want to use your points? Because if you use your points, you get the continental breakfast.
I mean, the breakfast. It's a big throw-in in a hotel.
But once they finally get to the room and their key doesn't work, Angie's kicked open so many doors. I thought she was just gonna kick open the door.
Yes.
But I was expecting that they have to go all the way back downstairs again.
And when you guys check into a hotel, how important is the continental breakfast?
Big.
Yeah,
Huge.
That immediately sways you. If you're booking a place and it doesn't have it, you're like, I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, I usually go to a place with a continental breakfast. I mean, I'm a big guy. I like to eat.
Yeah.
So
I could
not
care
having
less.
to worry about that in the morning, or if it's next to a McDonald's, so I can get my egg McMuffin.
So is your breakfast food of choice when they have like the make your own waffle? So you can get like a little pocket of batter, and then you pour it in.
You know, a favorite of mine is that a lot of places don't have. Some places do. Is the hard-boiled egg.
Well,
That's what
I
I
like a
would do.
little hard-boiled
Healthy,
egg.
yes. That's what I
Yeah.
would eat. Most
I don't
of these
eat the yolk
breakfasts,
though.
yeah.
Throw away the yolk.
Yes,
just eat the white.
Exact. We're on the same page. I'm telling
Boom.
you.
I don't
Same
know who
page.
you two are anymore.
I can never eat breakfast because I can't have dairy. I can't have wheat. So I go there and I don't care what they're serving. I can't eat
Yeah.
it.
Take off your masks. Let me see who's really underneath there. I don't buy it. There's no.
It's Nadine.
I knew it. I knew
You
it.
know, it's just coming over to this side of the studio. I'm like, start to be like Team Michael or something almost over here, and I leave Team Frank.
Fine,
Welcome.
Nikki.
Welcome to this side.
It's certainly more handsome over there. I will agree.
Maybe do you want to see something else?
Oh my God.
Just kidding, everyone.
Yes.
I felt
look at
so
that.
honored. You did another button for me. Wow.
It was just like that moment in Pulp Fiction when they open up the briefcase and everybody's, we saw Nikki's face glow right there, basking up the light off Michael's chest.
But in the end, it wasn't even Giles and Tribeca hooking up. It was, who do we have? It was the lieutenant and
Giles, right?
No, it was lieutenant and who was
Lieutenant and Giles hooked up.
It was Lieutenant and Giles at the end. Mm-hmm. That would have
and
been
Giles. Yeah.
And they didn't figure out that
wait,
they weren't having sex
Yes,
with a
because
girl.
Giles was playing Angie.
playing
Who
Duran,
was
who was
also
playing it.
Duran, who was playing. See,
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, it got kind of, pretty much straightforward because the big plan is like, all right, the mayor's not safe in a safe house because somebody took a shot.
Yeah.
And so, like, hey, the big thing we do is we can just have him be out in public and do the vote. And we do, there is the one funny moment where they do have him come up and the dummy that Jenkins made, which is so great, just like a mannequin.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple times with the mannequin.
I
That
did
was
like that.
good. That was good.
I wasn't feeling. I'm like, this is too stupid. Come on.
Well, the first shot was dumb, but when all of a sudden Duran shows up as the ice shaved person there, and then he slaps her away, and all of a sudden it's the mannequin.
That was good again.
Yeah, that was
I
better.
like that.
I like the second one. And then the balloons. I thought the balloons was a good joke as well.
And the chase between Giles and Duran when she
Yes.
hops on the garbage truck.
Yes,
Slowly-
I love that. And then I was making me so mad though because he would just sit there on his bike, watch the truck stop, not do
Just
anything.
totally degraded.
Yes, and she'd always stop like yes. Each time it stopped and be like, oh, I can't believe it. But you're right. They get back to the ballroom. All of a sudden, Duran pulls a gun. The lieutenant they find out is actually in disguise because they find the real lieutenant down in the morgue. That's our Shoals appearance for this episode. And there was that disturbing moment where she does pull off the tape off the lieutenant and pulls off his lips
Yeah.
with that, which is so creepy for that.
Like,
Very
let me
creepy.
put that
Yes.
back on. Yeah.
Very creepy.
But then they find the real lieutenant. They go to the ballroom. Duran pulls a gun. They think this is going to go down where they're going to kill the mayor. The fake lieutenant, who's really Pepper, does the balloon drop, and everybody disappears. And then we get to the point we've been talking about all episode, where they all meet in the little hallway behind the
And then
ballroom
the
right there.
masks just start coming off.
Yeah.
And identities are revealed, plans exposed, double crosses revealed. We kind of break it all down.
Was Mission Impossible was it Mission Impossible 2? Was that the first movie that really had the masks? Or did one even have it?
One had a little
One
bit
had
of
a
the
little
mask,
bit. I feel
but
like
I feel
that
like
was the
2 was the one that went crazy.
2, yeah, I felt like that was the first movie where every time I see a mask reveal like this, I think of Mission Impossible.
Yeah. But I for some reason, it was always cool to see Mission Impossible do it when they got to the film because you'd watch like the eyes around them like turn into like the CG element as they were ripping up the
Yes.
mask. It was
You guys
always
are
looked cool.
on your own. I watched the first Mission Impossible and it was too much for
You
me.
haven't
I'm not-
seen 2, 3, 4,
No.
5, or 6?
No.
2 you can skip, but
7?
yeah, 2 you can skip, but
There's
like
7?
3, 4, and 5 really good.
No, I
especially
like
4.
2. I thought 2 was... Wait, was 2 the Chimera?
2 is the John Woo one, where like the knife almost comes down in his eye, and he stops it, and like the knife blade is like right there.
Yeah, I don't want
What
to
one is the
The Chimera, that's the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Ooh,
That's
my
3,
man,
right?
he's from my hometown. Well,
Really?
back he was.
Well, you've been holding that out for a while.
No. Philip Seymour Hoffman is the third one.
Yeah.
There's a different one because the second one is with Penelope Cruz.
And,
Right?
Dougray Scott is the bad guy in that one.
I don't know the bad guys. I only know the good guys, Frank.
Oh,
And the good girls. Hence why I'm talking about Penelope Cruz.
But
she was good
Or
in it?
no, it was some other girl.
but
She
3,
was
4,
really
5.
hot.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Watch those, Nikki. Those
Yes.
are really good.
3,
Which
4,
also-
5.
Rogue
That's a lot.
Nation was
Okay.
also good.
Yes.
And my boy Tom does all his own stunts, so
It's they're so cool. I still think the 4th one, when they're in Dubai fighting or at
the Dubai one is good.
If
Yes.
that's just tell me the best one. I'm just gonna watch that
4.
one.
4 is your best one.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll go with that.
So as we're talking about, they're in the hallway. They do all the reveals. We find out that everything changed because while Tribeca was in prison, she got a package. We didn't know what was in the
Total
package.
full circle.
Yes.
Another thing I appreciated about this episode is the full circle.
And Angie said this package was going to change everything, and we cut away from it, so we didn't know what that meant. But then we
Yeah.
find out at the end that what was inside that package.
Forgot about it.
Is that
Guilty. Did you forget about it?
I had forgotten about it.
Forget about
I
it?
forgot about it, but in the beginning, I guessed I knew it was that baby.
You thought it? Really?
Right from the start, I'm like, it's the baby.
Which actually now I'm thinking of when he just chucks the package in the beginning. I totally just now I'm realizing this.
I know,
he
they
didn't like
kick it and-
gentle,
Nope. They,
straight chuck
And
the
then
baby.
Angie gets her knife and cuts it open.
Yeah.
Cut the baby's face off.
all these
But,
little
yeah.
things.
Ooh, yeah, gals overnights the baby, which is what you want to do. I'm sure that
Parent of the year, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That changed everything for Angie. She was easily able to convince Durant to kind of
Yep.
flip back and be on the side of good now. And break that. It came up with a plan to double cross Pepper and save
Who
them.
wasn't actually Durant at that point, right?
No, I guess it would have been Giles.
Durant was Giles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess
So-
in prison they must have did a little switcheroo. So I guess the
Wait,
real.
no, that couldn't have been. Wait, who was
Yeah, because-
Angie? So Durant was Angie in that place, and then Giles.
Well, when did they decide to switch to?
Yeah,
we don't
when
know
did they-
at what
we don't
point this
know.
happened either.
I feel
Anybody else out there feeling confused?
Angie had to be Angie through the because when the
that
baby
point,
came in. Because when
yeah,
the baby came in, that's why she had the
absolutely.
reveal.
Yeah.
So that we know
Yes.
for sure Angie was Angie at that
and
moment.
Durant must have been Durant at that point.
I guess, and then somewhere along the line, then Giles took her place and swapped and became Durant.
Okay.
Angie
Yeah,
Tribeca.
which I guess makes sense. I think he did it earlier rather than later because, as Angie said at the end, it's like you always had my back. So even as Durant,
Yeah, that's why I was thinking
Yeah.
that he was in there with her.
Okay.
so we do find everybody reveals that as Michael broke down later who everybody was. We find out that Tanner was really Angie's mom.
Yeah, Pepper is Lieutenant. Lieutenant is Giles. Angie is Durant. Durant is Angie. Tanner is Angie's mom because Angie never calls anymore. Come on, Angie. And Giles is Durant, who was playing Angie.
Where was her father though? Quincy Jones, right? Is
Yeah.
her
Yep.
father? They were supposed to be in an episode. How come it was only her mom that was in it? I don't know what happened there. Angie, tell us what happened.
He's a
see
busy
that.
man. It's Quincy Jones. You know?
But they supposedly they shot it like way back, so I don't know what happened there. If he got cut out or
Well, we know we have season 3 coming up, so who knows?
maybe that's what it is. Maybe his part was for. No, it was too early. I don't know. I really don't know what happened.
Well, we also did have. They find out like, well, who's the lieutenant that was caught up in the morgue? And Lieutenant reveals like that was my brother.
That was the
from
twin.
season 1, episode 4. He's established. So it's like.
And then we see a quick shot of him like something home or
Yeah.
I'll see it home or something. The mayor is just way lost.
Yeah, so yeah, the mayor wins the election. He's safe. Eddie gets shot by Angie, but in the fleshy part of the abdomen, so he's going to be okay.
So he could come back season 3.
Yeah,
He could. Yeah, and no one ever takes him into handcuffs or anything
Yeah, you're
no,
right.
and then
because we're too busy celebrating.
yes, because they get together, Giles and Tribeca. Like, why don't we get
go.
together, catch
Who
bad guys,
called
and raise the
episode
baby?
10? Raise your hand.
Like the second or third time
Yeah,
around.
even the
it
second round,
doesn't
you called
count.
9.
I
You
know,
even
it
called
doesn't-
9 the
doesn't
second time
count.
around.
Doesn't count. But I'm like,
tried.
so where are we gonna go now? There's no suspense. Anything could happen. Season 3. We don't know where it's gonna start.
This was kind of a lackluster ending, though, because after they did all the reveals, which was kind of entertaining, then it just got down to like, hey,
Yeah, there's no suspense going into season 3.
no. Then it was just like, hey, you wanted to get together? Sure. The end. You're like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like they did. They shot 1 and 2 together, and maybe they didn't think there was gonna be a season 3. That's kind of the way it was shot. Like everything
Yeah, they
was
did
happy.
shoot. They
and
shot the
ended
first
in-
20 before the season 1 aired. So, and I don't even know how much they have of season 3 shot, because you could tell, and after it got done where they were doing a little tease to season 3, they used all season 2 clips.
Yeah, and speaking of that, they did reveal at the end, as they showed those clips, they did say Angie Tribeca, as we said, will be back for season 3, but not until 2017.
2017, we got some time.
We got a little bit of time.
No.
So as we wrap this up, let's just throw out just a couple things we'd love to see as a possibility for season 3.
Wow.
I mean, the biggest thing that's been carrying us these first 2 seasons is just like, are they going to get together now that they are?
Now they're officially together. You can't do another breakup.
No.
So, you can. Is the kid gonna get older? I expect some kid jokes in there, maybe.
Bit. Yeah. I feel like I want to see Angie bond more with her kid too. She's like the worst mom you're ever gonna find. Giles is more of the mother, to be honest.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Michael, that it's like, I feel like other than like a joke like this where you know like the baby's in the box and they're treating it so poorly and stuff like that, and maybe like a breastfeeding shot with Giles, like what else can you really do with the baby? I think you aging up the kid.
Aging up the kid.
So that you get to a place where you can do some funnier things with
You
them.
could age up it's Angie Tribeca. You could age up the kid
You could.
Abnormally.
Yes.
20, 30 years.
Just,
and then,
that-
make this kid 10 years old, randomly.
That would be
You
funny.
could easily do that.
I would like him to kind of beat up on Giles, like be like, Giles, you're such a dork, and like
Yeah, you go
trying
through
to
the
play
dad
catch.
issues.
Giles can't even catch the ball. He's throwing it at his head or something. Like I see him being a brat and being
He could
mean to
he could
Giles.
rebel and be, he could be part of the criminal mastermind or something like that.
That's true. Who would you, out of the 2 of them, who do you think you would be more likely to take after?
Giles.
Yeah, I think Giles. But you know what? Or what would be cool if Pepper was actually the father and Giles wasn't. That would be really cool.
What? How would
like
Pepper
to-
be the father?
I don't know.
At some
somehow-
point, he impersonated Giles just for that.
Yeah,
That's what we're thinking.
All right, Nikki, I like that.
I don't know.
that'd be cool.
But overall thoughts on season 2?
I think overall, I think we talked about this a little last week. I felt like having a narrative arc over the entire season was kind of good. It gave it some momentum, but then
Yeah.
I felt like at the end, it didn't quite give me that punch. I think I like, if I had to compare endings for both seasons, I think I like the ending of season 1.
Really?
I think it just
Yeah.
ended on just like a little funnier, just like kind of crazier note than this one.
Yeah, I think season 1, I love the way it ended. It left you in suspense. But overall, I like season 2 so much better. I feel like it was a little bit darker, a little more realistic, and that's kind of more my sense of humor, I think. So I enjoyed seeing it. I thought the jokes a little deeper, a little more sexual maybe at times too.
Yeah, I feel like overall I like that. I just wish, I think hopefully next season they kind of tweak getting all the narrative parts that I really enjoyed this season, but balancing it a little bit more with some of like the funnier moments that they've done in both seasons, and kind of
Right.
make those two kind of
The
really
best of
gel
1 and 2.
to really stick the landing when they get to the end of the season.
Yeah.
What do you think, Michael?
I enjoyed season 2. Like you were saying, the narrative arc throughout, they actually continued things over through episodes, and it kind of had things running along, which was interesting. It made you, I actually enjoy, sometimes it's a pain in the butt to be able to go back and like, oh, what happened here? What are they talking about here? But it's good because it keeps you on your toes and really makes you connect to a TV show, and I think that's what that did this season. I don't have too big of an issue with them not really leaving a hangover into the 3rd season, because I think, as we talked about, they shot the first 20. They didn't know if necessarily it was going to go to a season 3, and so I think that showed a little bit of not having a cliffhanger.
You're right. I'm glad they did that though, because I get so mad when a season or a show goes off the air and you don't know what happened. It drives me nuts.
exactly.
No,
So,
yes.
but overall, you know what? I'm gonna give it like a 7.3.
Oh, as we get very Olympic right there on Angie Tribeca.
We're not all
Hold
Michael
up,
Phelps
Ed.
getting
Yes.
the 10s.
All right, folks, that has been our thoughts here on not only the season finale of Angie Tribeca, but all of season 2, as well as season 1 for all you deep cut fans.
Absolutely.
Yes. As we said, season 3 is going to be back in 2017, and that means we'll be back here in 2017 breaking that down.
Until then,
Yes, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on iTunes, give us those 5 stars on Twitter. Sure, why not? Give us 5 stars on Twitter. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter. We continue the conversation even after the show and the
reach
season is
out.
over.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Nikki, where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere at Nikki Preston TV, and I will respond to your friend requests. So find me.
ASAP. She'll respond. Michael Clouse, you can follow me on Instagram at TheOnlyMC, on Twitter at Michael Clouse TV.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. Thanks so much for sticking with us this season. Follow us all on various AfterBuzz shows as we continue on doing other great shows here.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, we're going to leave as Michael Clouse buttons one more button for all you Angie Tribeca fans. One more button.
Oh, doesn't count.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Adios.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.